And we are now working on the crank arm, which had several scratches on it, all over the crank arm, even the back. They're not too many, but there were a couple of deep ones, and I don't know if you can see this one right here. And there was one also right here. We're just getting that as best we can. We don't want to take too much metal off of this, so the heads of these get all scuffed up from being scraped on the concrete and asphalt. So we're getting scratches out of that up there. We went over this started with 120 grit to get some of the surface scratches off of here. And there were quite a few on the front here. We then went to the 220. And next we're going to go on with the 320 grit and start to get these big scratch marks off of here from the sandpaper. So we're going to continue with the 320 here and get this looking really good. So we want to go all over with this. There were scratches all over, but even if there weren't, we'd probably do the whole thing anyways just to keep it all consistent. So we'll go ahead and get this done all over now. Okay, we just got done with the 320 grit, and now we're going to go on with the 400 and get this, gradually work our way up and get these other scratches off of here. Get it nice and smooth. And this, from the 400 up, we're going to go ahead and use water and wet sand it from the 400 up. And that'll keep some of the grit that we get off here from scratching it up even more. So that's what we'll do. And we'll show you that when we get done with the 400 here. Okay, we just finished with the 400. And now we're going to jump up to the 600 grit and get this smoothed out even more. Get over there really well, and we'll get rid of more of these swirl marks on here, and these grayish looking areas. We'll get rid of those too with this. So we'll go ahead and get ready, and just like I said, with the 400 and above, we're going to start wet sanding it. So we'll go ahead and proceed with that. Okay, we're just getting finished up here with the 600. Get it wiped off here. As you can see, it's looking a little bit better there, getting a little smoother. And it'll buff out really nice. And next we're going to jump up to 800 grit. Get started with that. And work all the way up to 2000. It's looking pretty good. Got to get under here a little bit better. A lot of those, of course, all the scratches are off of there now. And we'll go ahead and continue with the 800 here. Okay, we just finished with the 800 there. And now we're continue with the jump up, big leap here to 1500. And this will get it even smoother. You can see we're looking pretty smooth right now between the 6 and the 800. And most of the scratches are off. We're also going to use some what we call semi-chrome to polish this up with. And after that, we'll go ahead and buff it on the wheel. And then we'll use more semi-chrome to get the residual off of there and get it looking nice and shiny. So we're going to continue here with the 1500. And we'll show you what that looks like when we're done with this. Okay, we just finished with the 1500. And we're going to go up and go one more to the 2000 grit. And for that, we'll get it on the wheel. And we'll show you what that looks like here. Okay, we got done with the 2000 there. And something I want to show you, I'm going to do it on also do this on a buffing wheel, but for those of you who might not have one, I wanted to show you how good this semi-chrome polishes things up here after you get done. Just a paper towel here, and all you need is just a little bit on here. And I just want to show you what it does. This really shines it up, gets all the residual off of there. And I'll show you what this looks like here in a second. Now, and look at all that gets off of there. Wipe some of that off. And then we'll just get the microfiber cloth here. Just wipe that, buff it up here a little bit. And look at there. So if you don't happen to have a buffing wheel, even the semi-chrome will get it nice and shiny here. And you can see there's no scratches on there. We got all the scratches off, and believe me, there were a lot of scratches on here. That off of there. There we go. Yeah. So that does a good job. So we'll go ahead and show you also what this looks like after we put it on the wheel, and then we'll go ahead and finish it off with the semi-chrome to get the residual from the buffing wheel off of there. Okay, so I took it out on the wheel and got it buffed up, and now I'm putting the semi-chrome on it to get off the residual from the buffing and get it shined up here. You don't need a whole lot of this, so it works really well. And I'll show you here. Of course, I showed you before a little earlier there, but this is after buffing it too. Just look at all that residual, it gets off of there. And of course, you want to keep changing surfaces here so you can get it nice and shiny and get that. Don't rub that stuff in. So we'll continue here and show you when we're done. Okay, so we got it finished up here with the semi-chrome, and you can see it polished it up very nicely. And as I showed you too before, that if you don't have a buffing wheel, you can practically just use the semi-chrome to get it polished up very nice. But this came out really nice. Got most of the little scratches. In fact, I think we got all the little scratches off of here, and especially on the tip here. This was hit a couple times on the asphalt or concrete, and we got those out really nice. And their side here had a few little things on it. Here's one. I don't see it on here now, but we did have one that I didn't want to go too deep with the sandpaper, but I don't even see it now, so I guess we got it. But sometimes you can't get the real deep ones. Here's one here. Just wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see that right there. It was pretty deep, so we got some of it off, but I didn't want to go down too far. But otherwise, that's on the inside too. But that's how you do it, and came out nice. And hope that helps, and thanks for watching.